In today's Pravachan, Maharaj beautifully illuminates a profound yet often overlooked truth. As long as we identify with the body, we are bound to experience anxiety and suffering. The key to real freedom lies not in external change, but in an internal shift, from attachment to detachment, from fear to faith. Maharaj urges us to anchor our lives in unwavering faith in God, emphasizing that true detachment isn't cold indifference, but loving surrender. It's not about renouncing life, but about embracing it without entanglement, like a lotus blooming unstained in muddy waters. This teaching finds a striking resonance in the deeply devotional and detached life of Shree Atulananda Maharaj, a saint who walked through the world untouched, filled with compassion, calmness, and divine conviction. So long as the body-am-I feeling persists, that is, so long as a person identifies himself with the body, he must suffer from anxiety. He can conquer all feeling of anxiety only if and when he ceases to be subjective, and acquires an objective outlook on himself and the world. This he can do only when there is entrenched in him the conviction that God is his sole and never-failing support. You know, the planets and their positions in a horoscope can influence the body and, well, all those mundane matters that pertain to it. So, an astrologer may actually predict how much money one is destined to acquire in his life. He might even be able to indicate whether the person has a devotional inclination and to what extent. But whether he will attain to God, now that cannot be foretold, because the stars honestly have no control in this regard. And if one fails to realize God, it is really a dire tragedy for the precious human life. In fact, all other achievements and acquisitions count for nothing so far as the soul is concerned. The yearning to realize God, it has to be genuine and of a really high intensity if it is to be fruitful. Real yearning, you know, it borders on franticness and makes a man overwrought. He is only calmed down when he meets a saint. Saints do not avert the calamities or unpleasant incidents for their devotees. What they actually do is to eradicate the fear of them. Or maybe it is this apprehension of calamity that more deeply unnerves a person than even the calamity itself. Saints do not yield to passions and sense pleasures, but instead they control them, ruling over them as masters. This conquest of one's own self, honestly, is far more arduous than even subjugating the whole world. Thus, freed of serfdom to mundane attractions, they are able to look at themselves and the world objectively, and so, they remain unaffected both by pain and pleasure. We should really leave office and business thoughts and worries at the workplace, and not carry them home. The domestic atmosphere should be free from fear and suspicion. Simplicity and straightforwardness of mind are a great asset. They are, in fact, an inheritance from a previous life as sadhaka. So Shree Atulananda Maharaj, a saint revered in northern India, especially in Uttarakhand and Uttar Pradesh, was known for his silent yet deep inward life of Vedantic detachment merged with intense devotion. Once, during a visit to Haridwar, he was invited to stay at a wealthy devotee's home. That night, the family panicked due to a sudden robbery attempt. Amidst all the commotion, Shree Atulananda Maharaj remained absolutely unmoved, seated in silent namajapa, just radiating complete serenity. When the devotees asked how he could remain so calm while danger loomed, Maharaj softly said, "The body is temporary. If you belong to God, what can the thief take from you? The one who watches over this universe watches over us too." His simple presence, you know, dissolved everyone's fear. The robbers left empty-handed, and the family felt as if God himself had intervened, not to stop the event, but to remove the fear of it. This incident honestly illustrates the very message Maharaj teaches us today. True peace does not come from escaping calamities but from transcending fear, and that is only possible when we are inwardly detached and surrendered to God. Maharaj's Pravachan today is not a call to isolate ourselves from life, but to transform our experience of it through the lens of detachment, devotion, and divine remembrance. Just like Shree Atulananda Maharaj, who moved through life untouched like a lotus, we too can live in this world and yet not be bound by it, if we hold tightly to God's name and remain firmly rooted in faith. Let us carry Maharaj's words in our hearts today. Simplicity, sincerity, and surrender. These are the treasures that make life free of pain and full of peace. And let us never forget the string that connects us always to God. Nama.